Hi everyone, and welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. We're down the pub, BD Riley's, Austin, Texas, and I'm with Julian, Delcross, Glenn.
Yes.
And we're going to do the preview for Brighton, and then also talk about some of the fixtures we got coming up. So, back in the pub, it's nice to be away from the family. I'm sure all of us. Especially my family. It's nice to be away from my family, right, lads?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Go on, get in there. Yeah. Nah, but we're down the pub having a few bevies. An international break is done. Finally. Thank fuck. That should be on a t-shirt.
Not only are international breaks, generally they're pretty boring, but this one was especially boring because the majority of the games were friendlies, and there was a couple of playoff games. They both weren't great, but I think like everyone, we were watching the games. If we were going to watch any of the games, just hoping that none of our players got fucking injured.
And ba-boom-boom,
we got at least one in Robertson. We'll see how he is, but he hobbled off the pitch the other night. But hopefully everyone else is in good shape. We will see. But I'm ready. I have been bored out of my mind.
He's ready.
I'm ready.
Well, I bet you're bored out your minds.
Come on.
Yeah.
What do you think, Delcross?
Yeah, same. Bored. Good to have the Premier League back. The weekend, fucking Ireland. Watched a little bit of Ireland. Watched a bit of Kelleher against Belgium. He was really good. Pulled off few good saves. So yeah. Anyway, that behind us. Brighton on Sunday. Anfield. 10 games to go. This now is the run-in.
It is.
And looking forward to the lads. Yeah, seeing who comes back. It's a bit unfortunate about Robertson, but hopefully there'll be no one else, and we'll be able to kick on Sunday.
Yeah, I agree. Thank Christ it's over. I've only really watched a little bit of Wales and watched the penalties the other day. But it's fucking. I mean, to be honest, I'd be happily abolish international football. To be fair, even if that meant we got rid of the World Cup. I know that's not going to be popular, but just shite in it. I think Sunday. I'm really worried about Sunday. I think Brighton just have Brighton have a weird thing on us, don't they? So I am really nervous. Of all our games that we've got coming, I think this is the one that I am. It's one of the ones where I'm really scared about, to be fair. But I'm going to be a shitbag for the rest of the season anyway, you know what I'm like. So
It's one of those, isn't it? Brighton have had our number the last couple of seasons. But hopefully, Dunk will put in a performance like he did for England, where he was absolutely fucking shite.
Dunk plays for England.
Dunk.
Yes,
Does he?
in the week,
Yeah, he plays for England, does he?
Yeah.
And I'll definitely win the Euros, apparently.
Yeah, Maguire was out, so Dunk played.
Alright.
That's some options, isn't it?
He's not a half decent player, isn't he? But
He's fine, yeah, he's fine. But still. Every game, it's considering where we are in the league, what we're aiming for, and now the international break's done. Now we just focus, 10 games left. Every game to me, I'm sure everyone is freaking nerve-wracking as well. And Brighton, who knows which way it can go. If we play anywhere close to our potential, I think we will win this game. We're the better side than Brighton, no doubt. Brighton concede a ton of goals. So if Nunez, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, etc., of what they can be, and not like what we saw in the previous game, like not against Man City where we weren't great, or Man United we weren't great, then we're going to win the game. But we just got to hope that everyone comes back healthy, and we get off to a good start as well. Like these first halves that we've been having haven't been great as well, and at some point it's going to hurt us, and I think against Brighton it might. So I think we have to start really well, get an early goal. And like I say, if we play anywhere close to our ability, we will win this game. But
We
we
say
have
that
to
every
be on
week,
board.
though.
Every week we say
Let's
it.
start off really well, and we
week.
don't,
And we don't.
for some reason.
Which is why at some point it's going to hurt us. So we have to.
Yeah.
With 10 games to go, we've got to start games better.
the only thing I'd say about Brighton, which I think is quite good. You know, sometimes you'll play against some of these teams and they've not got that many players away, or they've not got that play. One thing about Brighton is they've got loads of players from all over the place. They've got a lot of like South American players as well. I mean, I don't know how many of them are away. They've got like loads of players from everywhere, so they're going to be in a similar sort of situation to us, which is a plus. So if we were playing Brighton like during the regular like season, I'd be a bit, because they've got so many players all over the place as well. I think that's a plus. I think that's a plus for us. Obviously, Mo and Nunes not playing as well.
Yeah.
Not travelling. I think that's a good sign, isn't it?
I think that we'll win, and I'll tell you something now. You can tell that our lads are tuned in. You looked at Van Dijk hadn't even been home from the Holland camp, and he was posting about this is the run in Liverpool, wearing a Holland shirt. So you can tell, you can. I posted it on the Instagram. I put it on the Instagram page.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I was.
By the way. I don't.
I was surprised. I was surprised to see him do that. You know, you can tell that they're dialed in. This is it. It's been kind of. I think a lot of the talk leading up to this international break was we won't really talk about the league. Let's get this out of the way. We'll see where we are with 10 games to go, and then we'll go for it. Well, we're joint top with 10 with 10 games to go. It's time to fucking go for it. We've 10 cup finals, and I just don't. I think we've way too much for Brighton.
Well, I think us playing before City and Arsenal is a massive plus, because that puts more pressure on them. You know, I just think. What are your lads' thoughts on Man City Arsenal? Are you hoping for a draw or Arsenal beat City?
100% a draw for me. I don't want Arsenal winning this. I don't want Man City winning this. So what I would like is a draw, a mass punch up on the pitch, and both teams to get like 10 points deducted. Yes, please. Thank you very much. That's my dream.
Arsenal to win all day for me.
Come on.
See,
no,
that's
really?
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
I actually think if City win,
Ridiculous.
that's not ridiculous, is it?
I mean, both of them winning is bad.
The team that's got like 95 points or 90 plus points for the last 5 out of 6 seasons or whatever, mad, or Arsenal.
I think both results are not great. We just got to worry about us. A draw is perfect, right?
I mean,
but don't discount Arsenal.
A draw is handy, but out of all of them, I would prefer Arsenal to win.
I agree. I'd be like draw grand, but if one of the two are going to win, I want Arsenal. I'd like Arsenal to win it. To go back to what you were saying there, Daz, about pressure. I think if we win on Saturday, there's massive pressure on City to win that game.
Yeah, of course it is.
Because they know that. I know that we talk about, we're fucking kind of PTSD about this City going on a 10-game fucking win run and getting 30 points and end the league. But I can guarantee you one thing: City are probably talking the same about Liverpool. They know that we're capable of doing the same thing. So if we win on Saturday, they have a massive game with Arsenal, and there's massive pressure on them to get the 3 points.
Well, I think it's a win-win. Like, one of them will drop points, or two of them will drop points. So it's a win-win for us. We just need to do our job. Just need to fucking beat Brighton. And these next 10 games, as we'll talk about, what we've got coming up. Again, we're too good for Brighton. We should be beating a team like Brighton. They're up and down the season. Matoma's still out, right?
Yeah.
Lewis Dunk is still playing. He'll probably have a fucking worldie.
Right.
He'll probably have a fucking worldie now.
He's a good.
No, but we have enough.
We do
in the locker to beat Brighton.
Yep.
Again, we'll wait till Friday because this is recorded on Wednesday night. Robbo, how long he might be out. If he's rolled it, maybe a couple of weeks. If it's ligament damage, it's going to be at least a month. That maybe getting Trent back and Curtis just in the squad, maybe obviously on the subs bench, gives everyone a huge boost to see those lads back instead of looking on the bench and going, fucking hell, he's 16, He's 17. Oh shit, he still has nappies on. You know, even though they've done fucking brilliant, which they have. Like, we've got the best fucking academy lads, bar none, I think. But looking on the bench and you see a Trent, a Curtis Jones, you feel a bit more, you know, all right, but we should be beating
Imagine
Brighton.
if they saw Thiago on the bench.
Who?
Win the
Who?
Poor lad, Thiago.
Is he a new signing?
Yeah, same. Anyway, I guess it's impossible to pick the team, what we think, all that kind of stuff, because who knows with players coming back. We can like, what do you think scores before we get into?
We know who the goalie is.
Yeah.
That's what.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you know who the goalie is, and you know who the right back is. He scored again. Yeah.
And we know who the fucking refs are.
Yeah. Jesus.
So
Score.
I'll go 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1.
Yeah.
I'll go 3-1 Liverpool.
I'll go 3-2 Liverpool.
Liverpool gonna win.
I say a comfortable win.
Huh?
A comfortable win.
Comfortable win.
Right. So, Glenn has put a lot of effort into this next part.
He even found a pen.
Take out the hymn sheet, Glenn. Take out the hymn
Here we
sheet.
go.
He's got a bit of paper. If you remember those.
Just for the absolute record that we did do this a week ago, but we had a technical issue
gremlins.
like we do every fucking time. Honestly, I don't know how I'm still doing it with these fucking amateurs.
He takes out the piece of paper.
Yeah. Is that your son's?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's writing. Right, so
You need some glasses, you alright?
on the screen, hopefully coming up now, will be the fixtures of Manchester City. So I'm just going to run through the fixtures. I'm going to sort of say like where we think there may be a slip up or there's sort of time where it might be tricky. So this is what City have got. Obviously they've got Arsenal the weekend at home, then they've got Villa at home, Palace away, Real Madrid away, Luton at home, Real Madrid at home, Chelsea in the semi-final of the FA Cup. They've got Brighton away, they've got Nottingham Forest away, they've got a possible Champions League away, Wolves at home, a possible Champions League at home, Fulham away, West Ham at home, and the mighty Tottenham Hotspur still to be decided. That game hasn't been decided yet. That will probably be the second to last game of the season. So, with saying that, Darren, obviously Arsenal's going to be the tricky one, but is there a game there, or a couple of games there, or a period that sort of stands out for you, that you're clinging on to fucking dear life?
For City?
Yeah.
Well, Spurs away.
Yeah.
Is Spurs are Spurs.
Yeah.
On any day, they can have. I mean, any time Son's on the pitch, something can happen. They do have a good team. Maddison is not one of the best players in the league by far. I remember you saying that.
He's a good player, Maddison.
Yeah, a good player. He's
Very
not
good
fucking
player.
great, is he?
He's a very good player.
He's a good player, but yeah.
He's a good player.
And I think that
Spurs away is I think that they're really
where
tough
that gets
one.
put is going to be interesting as well, because if that is like the second to last game, and if it is really tight, you're having to go down to Tottenham away on a Wednesday night or whatever, it could be tough. What about yourself? Any sort of games or anything that really stands out?
It's hard with City this season. I know we're waiting. I'm waiting for them to kick in and be the City of like previous seasons,
I'm not.
right? Because that's what we've seen, right? I don't want them to. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be clicking as well as they have done previously. So I look through that fixture list, and yeah, there's a number of games on there I think that can trip them up. I really do, just based on what I've seen of them this season, and the past before the international break, they haven't looked great. So it's really hard to say. I think the Champions League, the fixtures surrounding
The draw's
that,
been unbelievable, hasn't it?
it's been unbelievable. So the fixtures in and around that period are vital for them. But yeah, I mean, any number of them games. I mean, we've seen City have had bad results against really poor teams this season. So yeah, I think any of them. I'm not convinced City are the City of last season and previous seasons. That's all I'll say.
I think we'll know that Sunday afternoon, because I think City of previous seasons will look at Arsenal and they'll get the job done. I think the last 3 or 4 City, the last 3 league winning fucking sides of City would look at that Arsenal game on Sunday and go, fucking let's have it, win, put the pressure on, we're fucking Man City. So I think we'll know an awful lot after Sunday afternoon. The one thing I will say, and we're in a wonderful position, it doesn't really matter. They can go and win the 10 games. If we win the 10 games, we win the league. So that's kind of how I look at City's fixtures here now. We've put ourselves in a position to where it doesn't really matter what. It doesn't really matter what City do. If we win 10 games and City win 10 games, we win the league.
But Chris, do you think of it on the other foot though? If Arsenal go to Etihad and beat City,
get on to Arsenal.
We'll talk about that in a second.
We got to go back to what you said at the beginning of our conversation. So that would tell me the Man City Arsenal game, you would prefer Man City to win over Arsenal.
No, it isn't. It's not.
With all that said, if we win all of our games and Man City win all of our games, we win the league.
Yeah.
You'd still prefer Man City to lose?
No, not really, because Arsenal.
It's a tough one, right?
It is a tough one, but I have my own opinion. We'll get to Arsenal here now in a
So,
second.
the Champions League is massive in the fact that they've got Real Madrid, and if those games are just tight, even if they go through, and if Arsenal go through and they've got each other in the semi-finals, that is massive.
Oh, it's good for
but
us.
like this is their period, right? And you've got to remember how many games I just reeled off there. City have got Real Madrid at home, and they've got the Cup semi-final. Then they've got Brighton away on the Thursday night, and then they've got Forest away and then they may have Arsenal. That chunk of 4 or 5 games, I think that is the time. If we're going to see anything, we're going to see any sort of slip-ups in the league, that'll be it.
Well, I was saying that as well. I think Edison is out this weekend. Walker's is 50-50.
He'll be out.
Stones is 50-50. So they got a few problems going into it. But
All right,
anyway.
I'll move on to Arsenal then.
Yeah.
So Arsenal have got obviously City away, then they've got Luton at home, Brighton away, Munich at home, Villa at home, Munich away, Wolves away, Spurs away, then they've got a possible Champions League semi-final, then they've got Bournemouth, a possible semi-final of the Champions League again, then they've got Man United away, and then they've got the Billionaire Blues at home. So, back to you, Darren. Anything that, I think out of the 3 of them, and obviously we'll talk about ours in a minute, I think out of the 3 of them, they've got the toughest fixtures, but where do you think for them? What's the period?
They're tough. Again, Spurs is always the thorn in their side. I think they can beat Bayern Munich. I do.
Yeah.
And
hope they do.
Hear me out with this one. I think if they beat Bayern Munich, I think Arsenal can win the Champions League. Yeah.
I don't think they can win the Champions League, but
because it's a one-off, and I think if we want them to stay in the Champions League.
Yeah, 100%. I don't care if they win the Champions League.
Munich aren't the same as they were a few seasons ago. I think let's keep Arsenal in there. Let them keep winning in the Champions League.
I don't give a shit if either of them win the Champions League as long as we win the league. If it's
I think there's still some hiccups for Arsenal in the league.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried like that. My 2 issues with Arsenal is they don't have a world-class goalkeeper. They don't have a world-class centre forward. If they had those 2, I think they can win the league. I do. That's what they're missing. Because Raya and Ramsdale are not fucking anywhere near world-class. Kelleher is better than those fucking 2 put together.
I don't know about that.
No, of course he is.
I don't think he's better than Raya. I think
he's better than fucking Reina.
Right, Raya? I don't know.
Raya, yeah.
Think about Pepe Reina.
That's what I thought. I was like, hold on a second, we're going back.
Anyway, go back to the fixtures then before Darren starts kicking off over their goalies. What do you think?
I think similar to Manchester City really because of the Champions League coming into the fray for them. I think they do have the toughest fixtures, mainly based on their away fixtures.
Yeah.
I think in the league are very difficult. I think in regards to Arsenal more so than Liverpool and Manchester City, I think Arsenal really rely on 3 or 4 key players to stay fit. If they stay fit, I mean, they could go all the way in the league and they could go all the way in the Champions League. I think they are vital, because I think when Arsenal lose a couple of players, their squad depth definitely isn't as good as us, and it's definitely not as good as Man City. But if they keep the likes of Martinelli, Rice, Saliba, Gabriel, etc. fit, I think they could even get away with having a goalkeeper a level below Alisson and Ederson. I mean, Arsenal have the best defensive record in the league, and they possibly, their centre-back pairing in Gabriel and Saliba is magnificent, and Rice has been brilliant. So, but saying all of that, yeah, Arsenal definitely have the most difficult running, out of the 3 teams. They could slip up in any of those games, really. I mean, I'm not convinced that.
Anything that stands out for you? Because these have just banged on about Arsenal's goalkeeper, and he just named the whole team.
For me, Munich away, Wolves away, Spurs away.
I think so too, mate.
That's a tough run, and I'll go and I'll say it again this week. I can't have Arsenal. I won't have them. They won't win the league.
When's the Spurs away on your little piece of paper there?
Spurs away. So what you've got is you've got Munich away, Wolves away, Spurs away, and then they would have a possible Champions League at home. And this is where I think that is a run. That is a run, because Arsenal are so weird about Spurs and stuff. Where like the Bayern Munich Harry Kane thing, it's going to be a big emotional nonsense, and then they're going to have. So Arsenal have not been in a Champions League quarter-final for a long time. Well, it's got to be a little while anyway. I think I heard like over 10 years of a day. They haven't been in a semi-final, I don't think, since they got to the final in 2006.
God, yeah.
So all that emotion and stuff. Liverpool and City,
it's huge.
They've done it. We've been in the final 3 times. City have been in the final twice in the last 5 years. Do you know what I mean? So they're not going to be used to that, and that's where I think they may do well in the Champions League. They may get to the semi-final. They may even get to the final. But I don't know whether they've got that experience to do them both, and that's where I'm with Delcros. I think they may struggle with those Champions League games and then Premier League games.
Is it like Arteta's going to just put all the eggs in one basket if they get beat? I mean, if they beat Bayern Munich, is it?
Nah, but if you
concentrate on that?
I mean, if you were a point or 2 off the league,
yeah, his ego wouldn't allow for it.
I mean, you'd be mad to do that, wouldn't you? If you were 5 points off, but if he was in the semi-final of the Champions League and it was like the second leg, for example, and they were 5 points off the league, and they've got a league game, they may rest like Saka or someone. But if you're level, if you're like the winning the league at the minute, only, do you know what I mean?
The goal difference bothers me a little bit.
Oh mate, I'm not worried about Arsenal.
No, I'm not either.
I am.
I don't know.
Like,
You can't
City
be
or Liverpool.
worried.
Before we get there, then.
They're top of the league.
Before we get
I think
there,
the experience. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think the experience as well of them last season of basically throwing it away, because they were top for a long time.
Wait a second, then, because I want to end with that. Like we're gonna go to us. We're gonna go to us.
All right, go on.
Obviously, as we already spoke about, we've got Brighton, then we've got Sheffield United, we've got Man United away, Atlanta at home, Palace at home, Atlanta away. By the way, we've got about 20 aways in a row. So we've got Atlanta away, Fulham away, then we've got Everton away, we've got West Ham away, we've got a possible semi-final of the Europa League away, and then we've got Spurs, a possible Europa League. Spurs is at home, by the way. Possible Europa League at home, Aston Villa away, Wolves at home. Go on, Darren.
We'll fucking beat United, especially after what happens. If we can get through those 4 away matches, I think we win the league.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think that period, it's a tough little period, that, to be fair, isn't it?
Well, it's massive. I mean, how many games in what, 11 days?
Yeah.
4, right?
It'll be something like that, yeah.
All the way. If we get through that, I think we win the league.
Julian?
I echo what Daz just said. I will say Tottenham are going to have a big say in this title race. Looking at where those fixtures for and Villa.
Yeah, Villa play all three. Villa play all three as well.
I mean, similar. It's just as tough as Man City. I think Arsenal have the toughest, but it's similar. I think it is vital for us. I know Jota is injured, but I think it's vital Jota comes back because I think it's key. I think it's going to be vital for us individually that Salah keeps up his form before he was injured, because I think your wild cards in Núñez, Gakpo and Diaz, fantastic, but I think we need, when you go into the running, you need your Salah, you need your Jota, you need there's going to be games where it's going to be 1-1 with like a minute to go, and you need your consistent scorers stepping up. But I think it's tough. I mean,
which games are the ones that make you go?
Everton away, just because I know our record is great, but it's Everton away, it's going to be tough. So Tottenham at home is not going to be easy.
That away period for you.
The West Ham. What's the kickoff that got moved to fucking 12:30? West Ham. I don't like that.
Go on.
That could be changed though. If Arsenal are still in the Champions League, it looks like that might get...
The West Ham one could be
West
moved
Ham
again?
might go to Sunday.
Well, alright.
Yeah, no, I agree. Those 4 away games are going to be massively difficult, and obviously United away is always a tough fucking game.
Yeah.
I mean, recently we've done fairly well going there, but it's still fucking United away. But I don't know. There's just something in. I don't think we'll need to be perfect. To be honest with you, I think all 3 teams are going to drop points from now till the end of the season, and it'll be about who kind of manages the schedule, the fixtures, those. And I agree with you, Glenn, to kind of go back. If City and Arsenal do get to the Champions League semi-final, and let's say we do get to the Europa League final, I just don't see... It'll be a big occasion at Anfield, but it won't be that big pressure cooker moment that City and Arsenal are going to have. I just don't see Liverpool versus fucking Olympique Marseille in a semi-final being the same sort of vibe as Liverpool Chelsea in a European Cup semi-finals. I think that's gonna have like emotional effects, psychological effects, physical. I just think that's physically, mentally draining on teams, and I think that's kind of where we have the edge. We've been there, we've done it. Yeah, if we get, I'm with you, Daz. If we get through the 4 games, I think we'll win the league.
I also think the 2 Europa League. So West Ham have still got the Europa League, and they're playing obviously by Leverkusen. So they'll be playing that game just before us. So if they go through, they'll have a Europa League game, and then also by the time we've got Villa might be still in the Europa Conference, and so by the time we play them, they may have played in the semi-final, and they may have a final on the horizon. It's just like small little things. I know I'm like literally clutching at every fucking straw because I'm a lunatic. All these little small things I'm thinking about. But before we say about like who we think will win and first, second, third, how many points do you think we will need to win the league? I put my paper away.
You got the answers on there, huh?
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
86.
Oh, I meant like out of the 10 games. I meant out of the 10 games, how many?
Out of the 10. How many points? Okay.
Yeah. Out of the 30 that's available.
28.
You think 28 we'll need 28 points?
Yeah. Well, we end of the day.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I can handle that.
Can't lose a game. So I think we can win 8 or 9, and we'll draw 1.
Glenn, mate, I think we got to be perfect. I think this weekend is key with Liverpool Brighton, and I think the Man City Arsenal game. At the end of that game, I think those two will probably. We should expect them to go on the perfect runs after that game, and I think we do. I think we got to be perfect from here on out.
How about you?
I don't think there's a huge weekend. Obviously, there's the potential of both Arsenal and City dropping points. That would put us three points ahead of, let's say, City. They draw
3 ahead of City, 2 ahead
of Arsenal.
Yeah, so I think 26 points out of the 30 would be enough for us to win the league.
Now is that 26? Like not
26 out of the 30.
Not losing.
It doesn't matter. Just get 26 more points. I think we'll win the league.
Yeah, it's mad because when Darren said 28, I was like, that's a lot. And then now you think, and more I think of it, I'm like, I think we can maybe draw. We can afford to draw one game. I don't think we can afford to draw twice. I certainly don't think we can afford to.
And you know who that fucking draw is going to be against? Everton.
No, shite. Right, okay, we'll move on. I'll go this way this time. I'll tell you what. I'll go around this way. Who's finishing third?
I think Arsenal. City will finish third.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't think you'd say that. All right. I think. I'm going to agree. I think City are going to finish third.
Didn't take much convincing, did he?
You're mad bastard. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I do. Well, but based on what he said earlier, like, Arsenal have got no chance.
No, I just can't have.
But Arsenal are going to finish above of City, huh?
Same.
But Arsenal have no chance.
Same.
City third.
I think City will be
Look
third.
at this.
No.
Yeah, no.
I do.
I just between me saying
I just
no,
can't
happen. I just don't think
they're not the same team. They're not the same team as a couple of seasons ago.
All right.
You know, they've won the Champions League. They've won the league again last season. I just think with the chopping and changing, Mahrez leaving, you know, some of their top players leaving, Gundogan leaving. I just
think the defence just doesn't look fucking all that at all. I think it's so open.
Fuck me, can we edit it? Can we edit this bit? This could be sent back to us, couldn't it?
No,
when they won every game. And they just won the treble again.
This is the beauty.
No, I'm not. I don't.
I think it's a hope.
Right.
You know, more than
okay. I think Arsenal will be third.
Okay.
So obviously everyone does.
So Villa second.
So I presume everyone is saying. Obviously for me, I would say City second, and you're all saying Arsenal.
I think Arsenal will be second. Yeah.
Arsenal will be second.
It's going to be so close.
I can't see at the end of the season it being like.
Do you think it comes down to the last match?
No.
I don't.
No, me neither.
Two or three matches.
I think so.
I think we'll know who's first or second.
If it does, we better be top.
There's
If you
3
look at the
teams
last
on me.
games, they're all pretty winnable for each team, I think.
There's 3 teams available to do it. Do you know what I mean? So I think it probably does go at the end of the season. Yeah. I just hope that we've got it in our hands this time for the first time.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I think
that's why I think those 4 away matches are massive.
Yeah.
And if we come away with all maximum points, we're doing it.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So we've all decided that Reds are going to win the league.
Yeah.
No, it's dead sound.
We get close.
That's not going that far. Anyway, Darren, do you want to tell everyone who's coming on recently to end it? Not recently, coming up.
Coming up, Gregory Vignal. Coming up, little French.
I need a backup left back.
Voulez-vous?
He scored a good goal the other day.
Allez, va coucher avec moi ce soir.
Impeccable French.
What else? Katie Tracy, who's a Liverpool comedian. She's coming up. Trying to think. Just did a great podcast with Dave Haslam, Hacienda resident. Manchester. He's a West Brom fan, and great mates with New Order, Joy Division, Stone Roses. He opened up for Stone Roses.
Ian Brown's on next week as well.
He opened up for Happy Mondays, and he's got a great story about Happy Monday stealing his fax machine and then bringing it back to him and making him pay 20 quid for it, and then it got stolen the next day.